Looks like we are live. Um, Going to go through a few sets. Well, not sets, but some cards that I picked up at Card Hala. As we kind of keep on sorting. Try and maybe do one quick stream and then another longer stream. But I'm trying to make sure that I get in the title of my streams what sets I'm going over. And since there's a 100 character limit, it's kind of tough to fit more than like 6 or 7 sets names in there. So I'm going to do these 6, and then I have another 5. I have a few more cards to go over. Starting with, I think we'll go ahead and start with 6th edition. So kind of as I've been trying to do to kind of start first going over, hey, what's worth money in here? So there's still some good stuff from 6th edition, showing up Vampiric Tutor, Final Fortune, City of Brass, Zombie Master, all over $10. And a few other cards, Lord of Atlantis, Birds of Paradise, uh, Waste, uh, Jukelhops, if I'm pronouncing that right. Serenity. I mean, there's quite a few in here that are still well over $1 in the rares. 6th edition's going to have a lot of cards though, so I'm not sure if we'll see any of those. Now, when we get down to these, hey, here's the stuff that's uncommons. You know, we might see some uncommons here. You'll actually see I have an Ashnod's Altar right here. Although this is not 6th edition. This is actually like a World's Brussels set from 2000. Not sure if that's going to be worth more or less, but it does have the 6th edition symbol, which is why I'm kind of keeping it with this. But besides for that, you can also see we have the top 3 uncommons are going to be tutors, right? We have Goblin Recruiter, Crystal Vein, National's Altar, Prosperity, Insight, Charcoal Diamond, Fire Diamond, uh, Uktabi Orangutan, which I think we actually had one of those in a prior set, but it wasn't worth as much. I think 6th edition maybe had less printed also, so it's maybe picking up just a few percentages higher, or percentage points higher, just because of the rarity. And then like go down here to kind of okay, where are the commons? Counterspell. Counterspell always seems to be high. Doesn't look like the lands are over $1 in this, although I mean they're pretty close with some of these. 94 cents on that plains. I wonder if that's not that plains, but we have the lands at the top, so um yeah, quite a few. There's some value in the lands. This is part of the reason Land of War Elves is in here for 38 cents on TCG Player. I think it's always interesting seeing how some sets Land of War Elves is going to be worth like a few dollars, and then other ones like this one is 38 cents. And then like sometimes, like we were just looking at revised, I'd probably shown it at some point when I started streaming. It was like over $3. Then when I went through and I did that set on the stream, it was under $1. And then it went back up to like $2 and something cents for revised Land of War Elves. So kind of interesting how that card is just kind of all over the place. Um, so anyway, we'll go ahead and start scanning here. Let's just start with this Ashnod's Altar. Uh, Let's see if it has the World Champions decks. Yes. So 331. So still worth something. But you can see like so it actually goes down a little bit in price. So I think I imagine with the different backing, they're probably going to say it's not tournament legal, especially that and the gold border. Um, but it's probably holding that value because of it being collectible, and also that doesn't stop you from playing it, with your friends and stuff. So if you're not playing, playing on tournaments, I mean, you can get Astronaut's Altar for a couple bucks cheaper, and it's also maybe rarer than the sixth edition one. You just can't use it in a tournament. So, um, just make sure, yeah. So we have our planes. Make sure that I move these up and out of the way so that we can kind of go like that. That's cards over $1. This trying to say is the starter set. It's not. We actually have the starter set right there, so be interesting to see if any of those lands are over $1. A different mountain, yeah. Or no. Same mountain. Sorry. Getting distracted with the mountain up there that's the starter set. So yeah, none of these lands are worth over $1. But I mean, like, 23 cents is pretty low for the lands in this set, but I mean, we have 4 of them. It's something. I doubt, like, that one's 69 cents. So, let's just see if we have anything in here. This is all stuff that, you know, if you haven't watched any of my other streams, every year I do Card Holla, which is a charity event at Gen Con. You throw coins. Well, people donate cards, and then other people donate time, or the same people sometimes, to build card towers. And then Saturday night, everybody gets together for the destruction of Card Holla. There's a big auction for the first throw at Card Holla, and then everybody throws coins at Card Holla around 10:30, and then all of that money gets donated to whatever charity that Gen Con's supporting that year. So I think this last year they raised $4,000 or $5,000 for charity. I mean, so this is a decent chunk of money for a kind of 3 or 4 day event. It doesn't officially start until Thursday, but there's almost always people down there. Wednesday, a few cards have been donated and a few people starting to build on stuff. Um, but the official start is usually Thursday when like the people actually organizing it and everything, the volunteers for it are there. The great set of guys has been there for quite a few years. Ooh, we have another one of those. Every once in a while, mana box kind of sees a card, and for some reason, like I don't know if it's the lighting, it just decides that it's not the card that I'm trying to say it is. Um, Or like a few times it's been like, okay, if I take it out of the penny sleeve it's in, uh, like if it's in a penny sleeve, that'll be what's causing the issue. But anyway, for Cardhalla, a lot of years I don't donate cards, but I'll go usually build a giant tower. Usually, I've shown some pictures on one of my streams where I pulled up some pictures from Cardhalla. Usually, I'd say since I've started, it was over a decade ago. I want to say 2/3 of the time it's been like the tallest tower that's there. Um, Not always. Been beaten a few years. So, um, but yeah, and then I always stay to help clean up at the end, and if you stay and help clean up, then if you see cards that you want, you can go ahead and keep them. And so I'm always just you know picking up cards at the end. Usually collect a few thousand. Um, as I kind of clean up and pick up coins and stuff, I'll pick up coins and pick up all the cards at the same time and throw them in a box. Um, anyway, that is the end of that. Nothing over $1 besides for this Ashnod's altar, which is, I mean, there's at least something. So I've kind of suspected that a lot of these later sets may not have anything. Although I need to, in prior years, as I've sorted stuff, I've pulled out like the rares. And this stuff that's getting into where there was a rare symbol on them. So I'm going to have to pull those out of that box and see if there's anything. There's a few cards. I don't think there's anything in 6th edition. Oh, wait. What? Add a card. Add a card. KJEL. Children Dead. And we're going to say it's 6th edition. And we have 2 copies. Yep, there's the 2 copies. Perfect. So we got our 2 copies of the Dead. That is that set. So we have 1 card that's over $1. Next set, Exodus. Let's see. So City of Wonders, $357. Survival of the Fittest. Nice. So there's a couple cards over $100 in here. I'd be shocked if we pull something like that out of Cardhalla. Quite a few over $10. I mean, we just had the last stream I did. We had 2 copies of Mog Catcher that were over $10. That was surprising to pull out. Um, I think the only cards over $10 that I pulled out on a stream so far. I mean, a little bit smaller set here, so maybe we'll see more stuff. So there's some uncommons: Reconnaissance, Price of Progress, Spell Shock, Spellbook, Forbid, Necrologia, Mana Breach, Penance. Like 7 uncommons. We might have some of those. And then common, so Culling the Weak. And Soul Warden. So always possible we could have something interesting in something like that. So let's go ahead and start scanning. See what we have here. So Charging Paladin. Actually, 2 copies of that. A 50-cent card. A 59-cent card. Anarchist, 2 copies. There's something. I think Spell Shock was an uncommon that was worth something. Yep, $4.39. I think black was what had the commons. Or the expensive common was a black card, right? But it does not look like it's these black cards. Don't know if there's anything else. Okay. So, I mean, it's kind of interesting. 21 cards. We have 1 card that's $4 in that. Um, I mean, if you picked up 21 random magic cards, that would seem pretty good. So, yeah, I don't know. Obviously, like I've been doing card hauling for over 10 years. Um, yeah, so it's an enchantment for 3 mana, so 2 colorless, 1 red enchantment. Whenever any player successfully casts a spell, Spell Shock deals 2 damage to him or her. So, not bad. I don't know if that used to be worth something. It sounds like something that maybe combos with something else, right? Because you'd be taking damage yourself, but if there's something that another card that prevents that damage, like another enchantment that prevents that damage or something, then this card could be something that went up drastically in price at some point. Or if it like uh let's say there was a format where that card's not banned, but a lot of other cards that are kind of similar to it are banned. Um, so sometimes you'll see a card that goes up or down pretty drastically in price due to various reasons. So, yeah, so interesting to find a $4 card. Let's go to, let's go ahead and create, add to collection. So create a set called Exodus. Next set we're going to look at is Starter 1999, I believe. Starter 1999. Not actually some cards worth quite a bit of money in here. Time Warp? Huh. Target player takes another turn after this turn. For some reason, I thought that was one of the Power Nines that wasn't reprinted. Maybe it Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm just imagining things. But yeah, a few cards over $10. Could be that it's a reprint with more a higher mana cost because it's 5 mana cost. I don't think the like alpha and beta time war costs that much. I mean, there's like Armageddon in here, so quite a few cards. They're up there. Let's head down to uncommons. Unfortunately, I think a lot of the cards, not all of them, but a lot of them that I have here are lands. It looks like the lands aren't worth anything. There's Nature's Lore, Sleight of Hand, which is common. I think I passed the uncommons here somewhere. There's the uncommons. Goblin Settler, Goblin General, Angel of Light, Wood Elves, Counterspell, Man of War, Silverback Ape, Stream of Acid, Darkmoor Ghoul, Lynx, Goblin Commando, Bargain, Renewing Touch, and Goblin Lore. So quite a few cards over $1. Let's go ahead and see what we have. Honestly, I think I might only have like one card. It's not a land, unfortunately, which I think is this Royal Trooper. And it's only 30 cents. So there's like a really you know, bad penny sleeve. 2, 3, 4. I don't know if maybe back long ago. I mean, this is probably they're just lands and like it looks like a lot of stuff in that starter set is worth something or a lot higher portion. And so maybe people are just holding back those. Um, anyway, we will go ahead, add that to collection. Uh, now, so next up, I don't even know if it's really worth, so we have 3 different sets here. Uh, Time Spiral, Deckmasters, and Unglued. I don't even know if it's really like I only have 7 cards here from these 3 sets. So I think it's maybe just worth just going ahead and looking them up. See if they're worth anything. I don't I'd be kind of surprised if out of 7 cards we have something. But sometimes with the like the smaller sets where not a lot's been donated, uh like it just means the entire set's rare. So like you see the Deckmasters, that's 62-cent card, giant growth. Um like Unglued, I don't think it's tournament legal, but at the same time, since it's not tournament legal, I think a lot of people didn't buy it. So yeah. So none of those are worth anything. So all of that we have um and we have 2 cards. they're worth something. So not like atrocious, but uh, I'm just going to clear this so that we can get the next one going instead of having to create 3 different sets for all that. I think we're going to go ahead and call that an end to this one. I'm going to stop streaming and then be right back with 5 different sets. Just going to